Boujees, Boujees. You saw how that girl was staring at you? Like, she bougie.
Here we go.
Hey.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into Boujees Business, and I am your host, Bougie, aka most of you guys know me as Joy. So today is officially the first day of the podcast, and I am extremely excited to get this started because it is something that I've been working on for a really long time. So I hope that everybody is tuning in, everybody's getting the gems, everybody's getting into Boujees Business, okay? Now, I guess I just wanted to really start by saying how exactly did I get here, and not to extend the story but so much, but really Boujees Business came from Joyful Noise. A lot of you guys who have followed me have been introduced to Joyful Noise because that's really what was going on throughout my page, you know, and Joyful Noise was a platform for pretty much performing arts. So how do you let your voice be heard through most of the time your art? And it's not just your art, but it's through any way that's possible. Getting your art and, like I said, letting your voice be heard, being able to express yourself and determine your story and tell your story, right? So what happened really is passion sometimes does not pay the bill or bring stability or security, if we want to be completely transparent. So that's where I realized a big part of my journey was trying to figure out, okay, I want to do this, but how am I going to set myself up for success? How am I going to set myself up for security and stability? And I realized that I wasn't thinking business minded, right? I wasn't thinking smart. I was trying to work harder, not smarter. And that's really where Boujees Business came into. Boujees Business and Joyful Noise is both about creative leadership, but Boujees Business is more so taking that leadership and creating it into a business, something that you can support yourself off of, becoming a leader, becoming the best you, branding yourself, stepping out into this world, and regardless on what it is that you want to do, whatever your passion is, whatever you see your career, regardless, you can do it. You know, we can turn whatever it is, creating something out of nothing. The motto for Boujees Business is elevate, motivate, and create. So we want to elevate you out of this hole that you're in, this dark place that you were in. We want to motivate you to continue and strive and aim for your goals, set goals, and put those in place. And then we want to create this reality. We want to make what your dreams are, seeing your dreams, and we want to put it out into this world, right? So that is what Boujees Business is, right? And I am bougie because I am just too fly. No, for real. Bougie is pretty much not all the materialistic things, but it is more so that if a lot of people know me, they know I don't get down with anybody. I just don't associate with anybody, and it's not me thinking I'm better than anybody or looking down, but it's more so that I gotta protect my peace and my positivity. And my job and my goal and my purpose is to spread that. And the only way that I can spread that is by protecting that and making sure that all these lanes ain't getting my energy. Okay. So I got this mic because I'm a speaker. So a lot of times you're just gonna see this mic in my hand because that's what I do. I speak, and I'm putting it out in this world. You know, you guys will see me. I'm also opening up this journey to you guys, right? So that being said, I want to continue and go ahead into the first pilot episode of That's Boujees Business. In Boujees Business, you're really gonna get the most out of everything. We're gonna touch into so many topics, right? The biggest thing that I want to talk about is your purpose. So making sure that your purpose and passion is being fulfilled, making sure that you're going for whatever you want and whatever you are desiring or aiming for, right? So I won't go too much into it because we have many more weeks. We have all our lives to tune into Boujees Business and purpose. But really figuring out where your path is, where your direction is, and where you want to aim and where that is going to take you, right? So that's the first thing, purpose. We also will be talking about business. So like I said, Joyful Noise was more so on the creative side, but Boujees business is more on the leadership and the business mindset side, you know? So how are we taking our passion and creating something that can secure us or bring stability? How are we going out into this world branding ourselves? How are we taking the steps in the direction and path to get to where we want to be? How do we promote? How do we market? What are the different industries that we can get into? So there's so many, but I'm also talking about, finances when it comes with that. How are we creating more streams of income? How are we building? How are we, like I said, really bringing security and also sharing wealth throughout the community? A big thing for me is the Black community progressing. So I want the Black community to realize that there are many resources and access to things that we may not even know about. So I had a relationship series. It was like a 12-week series through Zoom, and I allowed people to come on and talk, and I had conversations, pretty much just how to have a successful relationship, getting through conflicts, getting through struggles and obstacles in a relationship, all these things that we don't really get to talk about enough. So I wanted to definitely touch into all these topics, right? So when it comes to relationships, I know we all have this idea how, a lot in this mindset nowadays for this generation is a grind and a hustle mode. So like it's get with it or get lost. You join the path or get left back. So for so many people, relationships are so simple-minded or not realistic. So we're gonna bring out the real. We're gonna talk about the real. We're gonna talk about the ups and the downs. And I promised myself I was gonna say it, but somewhere throughout this talk, we're gonna talk about how men ain't. I'm kidding, guys. We're gonna. Am I? Well, we are going to talk about that, but also a part of that is really working out the process in your mind and why people think that, what issues or trauma or patterns do we keep living and keep seeing in our lives that we have to kind of just keep going back or relating or, kind of connecting back to men and I just want to say that might be true, but it's not all men. It's some men, and just as well as some women ain't. Just as well as some men are, and some women are. So we are going to talk about that, break that down, because sometimes we're on our battle of genders, battle of sexes. So because of this podcast and just really aiming for progression and successful relationships, not just romantic relationships, but anything, family, friends, business. We want to succeed in relationships, right? And that's a big part of what I'm here for, to succeed in relationships, because we are a interdependent world and we depend on each other to survive and to succeed and to keep growing. So how are we using the world to the best of our ability and loving? And God is showing me different forms of love every single day, and that is helping me love each and every one of you more properly. My fans, my support, my family, my relationships. So hopefully I'm going to do that for you too. And like I said, we're going to get past a lot of the problems. We're going to keep it real. We're going to talk about how a lot of us have trauma. We're going to talk about how a lot of us have issues that we don't want to even deal with, that we don't want to come face to face with. So there's so many things that we really have yet to touch on, right? And then the last thing I want to talk about is our music, and not even the last, because we would talk about so many things as the time comes, but music is definitely a big part, because music is where I come and just tune out and really connect and share my message a lot through my music, as well as um, relate and feel connected to people through their music, right? So as you see, I got my baby Tupac. I really love him. Like, that is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm kind of just vibing out with y'all because this is a pilot episode, so I want y'all to kind of get my personality. But Tupac is my husband. If y'all did not know, okay? No, I'm kidding. It's not my husband, but he really is, obviously. But he really is an inspiration because just his poetry, his music. He started in performing arts, doing theater and film, and it shows how he's involved in social issues in the community. So things like this are I might butcher up his quote, but I might not change every person in this world. I might not change the world, but I might spark the one mind that will change the world. And that is really what I'm trying to do here. Get into Boujees business so we can learn how to change this world one person by one person, each one teach one. If we know better, we're going to do better. So, so that goes back into this music that a lot of what I show is through my music. So we're going to have a lot of artists up here. We're going to share music that we think is interesting, cool, new music. We're going to definitely create a network and a platform where we can promote and we can support and we can really just get our message out there. So I really am opening up this platform while it is Boujees business. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, okay? It is Boujees business, but I want to open this platform and really allow everybody to come on here and share their work and share their message and really start to answer some of the questions that we are thinking about, because that is the biggest thing. I think that the world, all of us have questions and we're trying to force these answers, but the thing is we don't think about the problems or the questions deep enough. So that's what this podcast is for, right? Another big thing that this podcast is for is the next generation. Now, this podcast is boo-boo, okay? For us and by us, baby, okay? So that means that we're running this. We're running this show. What matters to us is important. What matters and what is being heard to us is important, okay? Media, and I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it now. But media has representation, and I want to be represented in this world, okay? And I want a lot of the people that I'm working with, a lot of the people that I connect with, a lot of the people that I share my messages and ideas with, to feel like they are being heard. And bringing it back to joyful noise. Let your voice be heard, and that's my main priority, okay? Sharing things, and especially being a Black woman, I know that I have experiences and stories and perspective that needs to get out, okay? And we need to heal and we need to love and just come together and support. And it's not even only the Black community that needs to support and come together, but I'm working with myself and my community first, because in order to really change the world, you gotta work with your inner circle and then go out into the outer circle and show what you guys have, what you guys did, who you guys are, So it's all about that unity. So, this is my podcast, and we're going to be doing a lot of things, different things that a lot of people may not be used to from me. A lot of you guys are used to just videos, motivational, inspirational, but this is going to really be, hopefully, like a new mix off of 106 in Park. I don't know, a really podcast for this new generation. Something that really sparks the mind, something that really tunes you guys in. This is for all crowds, and yes, we might be talking about a lot of different topics that hit personally to some more than others. Everybody's welcome. Everybody has a voice. Two of my most valued core values are respect and love. So respect, we don't have to agree with each other. We don't have to, I'm not, quite frankly, I have a voice and I'm going to continue to use my voice just as well as I want everybody else to. So when it comes to respect, I'm going to respect everybody as well as I want everybody to respect me. And let me tell y'all, when I make it big, when I'm sitting up there with Oprah and whoever else, just know, like, all these Twitter fingers, they ain't getting to me. I can bet on that, okay? I can bet on that. So, that's Boujees business today. And, I'm trying to share some love. I'm trying to share some support and some positivity in this world because it's just out. I'm creating a voice and features that I've been working on before, and I want to show exactly how interactive we are really about to get, okay? So, and how close I want y'all to get into my life, and I'm holding this mic as if it is my dear life. But, like, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up one of the questions that we have had, and this is not a test, but, somebody anonymous, aka Joy, but it's okay. It's okay, because it's the first pilot. Next time, you guys will be submitting your questions and comments and concerns, or just topics, or whatever you guys really want, pictures, tweets, Twitter fingers, alright? But, hey Bougie, what's your most embarrassing moment? And I probably should have had this question ready. And I probably did have it ready, but I think I forgot it. Because I had a really good one, but, I remember it too. And I'm not going to share that one because we're running live. But, hey Bougie, what's your most embarrassing moment? I'm going to give you guys two to kind of really break this ice. And one of the most embarrassing moments was when I was younger, and I was with my older sister. Well, I only have one sister. Well, multiple, but one biological. So I was with my sister and her friend, which is like a sister to me too. And we decided to go to the park. And, older siblings always playing at, like, oh, they get the first dibs. You know how that go, if you're older, then you think somehow you got some more authority or possession over what God has given us, right? So, we go ahead and we're going to the park, and they get the swings. There's only two swings that, regular swings for the big kids, and two baby swings for the most part, right? So I go ahead, and they go on the big swings, and I didn't want to just stand there. No. So, mind you, the park is right across from our house. So I go into this baby swing, and most people, what is good with me? Most people just sit on that swing on top as if it's a regular swing. But I decided to get in there. Why would I do that? Why would I? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, okay? I wasn't skinny, I wasn't too big, but I wasn't too skinny. So when I got my behind in there, man, do I tell you, I cannot get out. I cannot. So now I'm in the baby swing. They're ready to go. We're ready to get out. I'm like, all right, let me get out. That swing is not. That swing is hugging me, like huggies bottoms, okay? So I'm like, trying to get out, didn't work. So I'm like, okay, can you guys help me? I'm talking to my older sisters. So they're like, yeah, one's down, like, all right, step on me, let's see if we could push you up like that, then we could. No, that did not work. So it was literally like a Dr. Seuss. This is how I remember. I'm stuck in the swing, and like I said, my house is across the street, so it's like, okay, we'll be back, we're gonna go get my brother. So we got my brother, he came back, he could not help, okay? He went back to go get my mom. On the way to getting my mom, mind you, I'm still stuck in the swing all this time. Somebody who was also at the park, who I don't even know, somebody came and tries to help me, and they couldn't. I'm sitting here still stuck, and I got a group of people just looking around. So then my mom finally comes, she helps, what is that like now? I tried, my two sisters tried, my brother tried, this stranger tried, my mom tried. So finally, they called the fire department, and you know, people at by this time, people are recording what's going on. There's a whole park full of people looking at me. The police pulled up. The fire department's pulling up with the truck. I don't know why the truck had to pull up, but they ended up cutting the swing open, and you know they had to replace it. But for a very long time, they had a sign up, pretty much saying, "Do not use that if you are not a baby." And they were serious about that, okay? Because I don't know what happened, but that was one embarrassing moment. And the second embarrassing moment, this embarrassing moment. So I flashback, right? I had this crush on this boy, and trying to be fast. I believe I was at like a a football game. You know, usually Fridays are the days that we all link up at the football game. Now I was either in cheer or dance or whatever. So you know, but I don't think I had anything that night. I might have not been in high school yet. I don't know. So I go and I have a little hairpiece. Actually, I think it was New Year's. It was New Year's, right? So I go and I have like a little hairpiece on. You know when you don't get weave, you know, but you got these braids and then you got the ponytail and you're like, you know, just let it, you know, letting it swing and stuff. And we went there 7 ways and we were all gonna meet up. I'm texting him and he's gonna be there. I see him. Bad. You know, I'm in there. So we're outside. I got my hair on. I'm feeling cute. I was with my cousin, my sister. I see him, and we just chilling. You know, we're just talking. We weren't like really doing much. You know, just being little kids. And he had a hat, so I decided to take that hat. You know, put it on myself. I'm like, I look cute, don't I? Yeah, I look cute. You know, all that little kid girl stuff. You know, like, oh my gosh, can I have your hat? I love it. I love it. And the issue with that is he wanted his hat back. And when I say he wanted his hat back, he wanted his hat back. Right. So what happened is he wanted his hat back, and I'm like dodging. I'm like, you know, like, oh no, you can't have it. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, this is when he'll come in. He'll put his arm around me. He'll let me rock this hat, and we'll continue. That's not how it happened, okay? I'm like, whoo, whoo. I guess I was too slow because he aimed for the direction I went, and he snatched his hat off. Now, I don't know why I didn't have them pins in my hair. Cause my mom told me when I got that hair to put them pins in that hair. Cause it's a ponytail. It's a little comb in there that you feel me? Now you guys are getting gems. You guys, you know, a lot of people, is that your hair? No, it wasn't. But, you know, I put that little comb in there. You're supposed to pin it so it's secure. I did not pin it. And that hair definitely came off with the hat. Not only did that hair come off with the hat, but it went in the dirt. My hair went in the dirt. So that happened. So he kind of just gave that look at that moment. He's like, and I'm like, and he's like, and I'm like, and, you know, I ended up dusting my hair off and putting it back on my head because I was not about to come back home with no hair. So I told my aunt about it. And mind you, I was so embarrassed. I was ready to go home. I was like, I know everybody saw it. People were on the bleachers, so I know they had to look down. There was people everywhere. The high school gets crowded around these times. So I told my aunt about it, and she said that I needed to put my hairpiece and let it flow out the window. let it, let it breathe out or whatever. And yeah, that's what happened. That was the most embarrassing moment. So I guess 2 lessons. Don't force where it won't fit, okay? And that's a lesson. That's the number 1 lesson. Don't force where it don't fit. And the second lesson is, look, and I guess it's 2. The would be secure that hair, girl. Secure that hair before you do anything. Before you trying to be cute and match with that boy, secure that hair. Okay? Okay? Because they gonna play like it's your real hair, even if it's not. Okay? And yeah, that's my most embarrassing moments, right? So thank you for tuning in. This is Boujees Business. I am your host, Bougie. This is the first and official episode of Boujees Business. I hope you stay tuned in for the next episode and the many more to come. And as far as this journey takes us, right? So I'll see you, and you'll see many more other people coming on. And yeah.
I don't know what happened to my recording, but that's Bougie's business, okay?
B-O-U-J-E